All right, we good.
When we last left off, there was an unfortunate instance of dying that occurred.
Tastefully handled, as always.
Yeah. A sort of silence momentarily filled the room, this crater, what was left of this warehouse that you were all in at an earlier point of time. And it all kind of punctuates in a single moment as the first person lets out a bit of a scream in the back. Alvin stumbles back, finally realizing what's going on.
Oh God. This is real.
And upon that word, Dead Man's Party clicks his cane down against the floor. Oh, what a great first round. I loved it. Okay. All right, good job, everyone. We had a great time. Again, the shocked silence kind of seems to fill across. And then, at once, that's some bullshit, man. What the fuck was that? Where'd the kid go? What's going on? Jack kind of seems to stumble up, looking around very confused. Again, Jop seems to step forward. Hey, what? Are we, the kid was supposed to come out, right? What? No, there was why didn't that happen? Where's that kid at?
He had nothing to go back to.
Presley, how, what sort of realization did you make?
Presley feels real bad. Presley had the suspicion that there was nothing for him to go back to, but she also didn't want everybody to vote out the baby.
And with that in mind, your inaction has brought us here.
That said, hold on, let me flip upside down. That's bullcrap. You don't get to not give us one of our wishes.
So you go up and...
You didn't save him, you piece of garbage.
Dead Man's Party kind of clicks. Oh? Challenging that? Let's see. He was sacrificing himself. He did choose that.
We get two.
You're
lucky that I don't argue for both.
Well, you did save one. They're gone, but I guess it does make sense. Ooh, that's a good point. All right then, everyone. He clicks his cane back down against the floor. In that case, how about we get a revote here? You've got one saved, one sacrificed. So how about, everyone, why don't you all just pick a new person to get out? Come on, I'm being very kind. It's a party after all. Let's all celebrate death with one more freed soul, don't you think? Suddenly, that in mind, it settles all around that someone else gets to go out.
I say the kid.
I say the kid too. Pinocchio P kind of steps up, and everyone just kind of, I think the kid would be a good one. And suddenly, from up here, someone else speaks up. No, not the kid. I mean, yeah, the kid should get out. Fleetwood steps up, but like Billy would have picked Mina, so it should be Mina.
Billy would have picked Mina.
Mina is on her knees, trying to touch the blood.
We should probably send Mina, and we'll get the kid out. No.
Seems to be a split. With that in mind, Dead Man's Party just kind of looks. Well. If this is gonna be a discussion, mayhaps you all should get to work. And with that in mind, kind of thinks, well, this is a rather civilized one. I don't think you all need to be as locked down. Come on, just give it a thought. Put your thoughts forward. I want to hear them. Come on.
Listen, by all means, we should get the kid out. But at the same time, in honor of Billy's sacrifice, we should probably do what he would have wanted if he had the choice.
I can support that to a degree.
Why don't you
And
ask
that being
Mina
said,
what
if we
she
commit
thinks?
to saving... Go ahead.
Why don't you ask Mina what she thinks? I know, but like,
She's not exactly in her right mind.
yeah, and no one here's gonna be. Everyone's got problems.
Bono's got a really good point there.
Yeah.
So if Mina wants to sacrifice herself, you're just gonna let her do it?
No, I didn't say
That's-
that.
Well, if you want to let her do what she wants.
There's a difference between sacrificing herself here in this instance, or look at Alvin. Look at the one child here besides you, and see what he's feeling.
Alvin is shaking and just kind of sat down and is just kind of like looking at the dirt. Not
Everyone,
really. Mhm.
all right, everyone here, we can contest however much we want. Okay, that's fair, but that's a child. It's different. It's a different beast.
Which is why I'm saying that we should commit to saving the child next turn.
Speaking up from right next to Bono, actually, Beetle, or as you know him now, Danny, kind of speaks up. More people are willing to save the child down the line. It's just how it is. But yeah.
Yeah, see, the scumbag
Slide
gets
between
it.
people. I was gonna slide between people and try to comfort Alvin.
Aw, what a nice man.
What a nice man.
Nice man.
Yeah, the looking at the room like Dead Man's Party kind of takes him out. Well, anyone else got any other points here? I'll tell you what. Why don't you all, an argument doesn't sound too fun. So how about instead, he pops a single pedestal. If anyone's got a point to make, come up, give it a try. When everyone's done, well, we'll get a vote. So give it a shot, everyone. Say what you think. That single light hangs for a little bit, and over across just kind of stands. Jop comes up, stands in the middle of it, and is just kind of like, nothing much to say. Let the kid out. Deserves it more. And then he kind of
Johan.
steps out.
John shoots her a look like, really?
She kind of like, I've made my point. I've said what I wanted to say. Fleet steps up again and is like, I know it's just a kid, but I need to stand what my boss wanted. What he was doing, his dying wish. You take a dying wish away from a man, what the hell has he got left? Come on. We gotta do it, just for her sake too, right? Mina, you, come on. She
She's
kind of,
just rubbing her hands against the dirt, trying to put it back together.
she kind of like steps back, and at that point, it kind of just hangs. Anyone else want to go up, or is that it?
I think Alvin is going to get up and make his way towards the light. His eyes just kind of like not really focused right now, so he just kind of like walks through the blood, not really paying attention to what's going on, and just kind of stands up there and still very shaken, just goes, I think Mina should go. If that's what that man wanted, then I think we should respect that.
There's a bit of silence throughout, and Dead Man's Party kind of leans forward. Well, you can't just ignore the demands of a kid. I think that's the best argument there is so far. How about you, Mina? You want to talk? No? Okay.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Presley kind of sneaks up to Alvin. She's like, it's pretty cool what you did there. We're gonna get you out too.
Sure.
It's kind of a principle thing.
Yeah.
With that in mind, we've got another vote happening. So everyone feel free to vote on what you want. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to start counting some votes on my end, too. And I'll flip the music back as I get that going. Whatever you guys want, just make sure to send it to me.
Okay, there you are.
Let's see. I'll go play this one. Ooh. All right. So, let me just put it there.
Voting phase.
Voting phase.
Ice par.
I'm going to the bathroom real quick before the game gets further in.
Okay, sure.
Not gonna lie, that was real brave of Alvin. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Boy.
He wasn't. It was just like the kind of thing where it's just like when he was walking, he wasn't really taking in his surroundings. But it's just, you know.
Yeah, he's
Still.
out of it, but still, like, the fact that he's willing to give up his chance is really
Don't
brave.
got much brain. Don't got much smarts. Don't got much bronze. But boy, would he have a high bravery stat.
Oh, boy.
Boy. Man, I don't think Alvin
what?
from Alvin and the Chipmunks would let this slide.
One
He would have
second.
stopped this.
Right, let's see. That one. This is an interesting vote. I like this. This is fun.
This is fun.
Alrighty.
You see my message, Krishna?
Yes, I did. Gotcha. Let's see. All right, so, God, this is fucking hilarious. So, not for reasons people might be afraid of. Dead Man's Party clicks down the cane and goes, "All right then, looks like we've got 12 votes for Mina, and 6 votes for Alvin, and 1 vote for Lincoln."
What? What?
He tried.
And with that, Mina, you feel yourself kind of shifting. You feel the weight of, well, your body, everything in you just kind of returning as you kind of look up. And with that, Mina just kind of seems to lightly disappear, and she appears right again beneath here, and finally your hand touches the bloodstain that you could not touch on the outside. And with that, you see its red shifting across your glove and fingers as you just kind of sit there. And with that, Dead Man's Party speaks up. "Well, everyone, that was crazy, don't you think? But I got some good news." And with that, he snaps his fingers, and a wash of color washes over the entire area. It's party time! And you notice streamers, explosions of things, balloons, and right down in the center in front of you, a table with a large cake appears. "Oh, I don't have enough cake for over 20 people, so I had to kind of trim it down a bit. But now we can all eat and feast and have a great party together. Aren't you guys excited?"
Do you understand human emotion?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to cheer you up. You're all probably a little bit, sad and all that stuff. But there's never a time where you can't just cheer someone else, right?
Bono, I think the problem is he understands human emotion just a little too well.
Oh, I was asking because I don't.
We'll get you there, buddy.
Okay.
And that. All right. That was a pretty good round. I'm gonna give everyone the best part of a party. It's relaxing, don't you think? So, everyone, feel free to take a little break, walk around, spread your legs, get out of this crater a little bit. It's a little stuffy. I'm all about that positive health, you know? So, yeah. Oh, make sure to grab the cake. It's delicious. Standing up. Stepping across.
Fucking beetle.
He goes over, grabs a slice of cake, puts it on a plate. You know, it's not made of people. It's normal cake.
It's good.
He just takes a bite of a sad, soggy cake.
What?
Oh no, soggy bottom.
It's got a soggy
cake.
bottom. No.
Yeah.
What a heinous crime! This guy must be punished.
Hell of a last meal.
Johan kind of looks at Beetle. It's just cake.
It's just cake. Every time, it's just been cake. Dead Man's Party takes like 2 slices in with his hand and just kind of starts eating them like they're one and just kind of like, all right, I'll give you all a little piece of mind and just stuff. I can't even taste this. And he disappears.
Frick.
Man, what an asshole.
And that in mind, you're all left in the center of this crater, but are allowed to go elsewhere. And this is a break before between voting things. So yeah.
Are we just seeing Mina in the real world from where we
yes,
are? Okay.
you're seeing her there.
Can she see our ghosts?
Doesn't seem like it. No,
Oh.
Can she hear us?
doesn't seem like it. No, doesn't seem she can interact with all the stuff that exists purely
She
here.
can't eat the cake.
She can't eat the cake.
Damn.
Johan just kind of looks over at the ghost, tries to put a hand on its shoulder. It phases through. Just looks at Mina and goes, "Live, Mina." It's what he would have wanted you to do. He looks at the cake, picks it up, and is like, you know, no, never mind. I don't want this.
With that in mind, all right, everyone. So here's the thing. This is just kind of a period here. If anyone wants to go or do anything, I'm basically giving you all the option of like, hey, if you want to chat, if you want to talk about something with someone, I'll set up a scene for it. We got those other maps around the area. We've got the crater here. So if anyone wants to do anything like that, let me know. We could just see. This is a break period in between the game stuff.
Well, Christian, I think you already know which NPCs I wanted to talk to.
Yeah, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
So let's see. If anyone's got time or they want to take time to think about it, I'll actually, yeah.
I already know my answer.
If anyone wants to do that, I'll actually just start up with now as everyone starts to kind of look around and people just start to kind of sort. Al fucks off. He climbs up, just kind of goes gonna get some more cigarettes somewhere.
Those damn ghostly cigarettes.
Yeah.
I've got 2 NPCs I'd like to talk to.
Cool. If anyone wants to like let me know or send me that shit, you can.
I'll
Chuckle.
Yeah.
I know like one of them you might want to talk to, or I guess both of them are going up for cake right now.
Yeah, those are 2 of the ones I wanted to talk to. Of the 3 or 4.
Yeah,
Chuckle kind of walks up to this here cake podium and kind of looks at it, and then he looks down at the smattering of blood underneath the carpet and goes, maybe I won't.
Yeah, it's a little like uncomfy though, but like I'm used to a bit uncomfy, especially with stand fights. Shit's just whack. I hate it.
No, you're a stand user?
Yeah, man. I fucking deal with that shit all the time. It sucks. But I mean, never been dead before. That's no. He takes a bite of the cake. Yeah. Who needs that shit, you know? Yeah,
I
damn.
see.
Yeah. Oh, you're stand user too then, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, at least I was. I might still be. Who knows?
Oh yeah, you're probably like dead now and shit. So you don't. I mean, oh wait, no. Is that what you're talking about?
No, a little. I kind of had this magic arm inside of my body that gives you superpowers. But a slight chance that was where my stand came from. I don't really know. We'll find out if I get out of here.
Jack just kind of wordlessly eats a bite of cake while listening to that. Wow. Shit. That's cool.
Mine came from alcoholism.
Yeah, I just drank a beer one day and it almost killed me.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yo,
guess
my
everybody
stand's
has to
real
get it from
strong,
somewhere. Oh yeah, what's
yeah.
it do?
It cuts stuff up. It's really cool. But I
Oh,
hate
yeah?
it, actually. Don't like it at all.
Oh, is it like
I-
shit talker or something?
Oh, it's... Nah, man. It's... When I said it cuts shit up, it tries to cut me up, too. It's a real bastard. Don't like
Oh,
it. Yeah,
that's nasty.
real nasty. What's your stand did?
It was like it could make like crystals. It would do that. Sometimes it would punch things. Sometimes it would curse pretty wildly.
Oh, that's fucking rad.
Yeah.
You just kind of like... Yeah, man.
Chuckle kind of looks over Jack's shoulders at Beetle. Hey, you.
Yeah.
He said you've been in here for like a decade, right?
He kind of like tries to run through his head. Honestly, I've lost track of the years. I don't really know exactly how much time has passed anymore.
Huh. Well, like, sorry for outing you, but also not sorry, if you know what I mean, right?
No, it's fine. I don't mind. The way to put it is I don't really want people to pick me, but he kind of stops a bit and keeps his mouth shut a little bit. It's best if people don't know who I am for as long as possible.
What's that?
He kind of stares directly across from you, putting his plate back down and just kind of looking. You get this intense kind of look. It's better for morale, to put it the least way I could.
No,
I don't want to
see.
open. It's not something I want to open. Pandora's box wise and all that. There's
Yeah, I can get that.
There's things that happen, or can happen. But yeah. Sounds like...
Yeah.
Sounds like-
Chuckle kind of looks at him for a second. Actually, I'm kind of curious, if you don't mind me asking.
Mhm.
How exactly did you die?
He kind of he just kind of releases a sigh out a bit, and he's like, well, I ended up getting buried by rubble, so that was the time.
Rubble, like an earthquake happened or something?
No, he kind of I was aware of what stands were before this, but I didn't have one. And I got put in a situation where a stand ended up taking my life. Got covered in rubble, couldn't move, and got my life taken. Never was able to figure out what was going on again after that. Got stuck in the same place I died. Apparently, over time, less and less people started showing up, which I honestly was grateful for. District closed down and all that nonsense. Less parties.
Parties were like a frequent thing over here or something?
He kind of like... There's a time where people die. I mean, it's a big city. People die all the time. And in a district of a city, the radius could remain. And if a lot of people died, we had a party. Once the vacancy's filled. And he kind of like looks around. Unfortunately, we had a big vacancy being filled all at once, so we got a big party. I don't like parties. They suck.
See. Yeah, and if I were to guess, Chuckle kind of thinks for a second. We can't vote you out, and we can't vote to save you either, huh? Either way, your stand turns off and everybody dies, right?
He kind of smiles at you. Them's the theories. That's what happens. And so he's like, so, at the end of the run, this is my party. My birthday, I guess. Woo. Everyone else leaves at the end, and I'm left to sit here.
Let's see. Man, shit's rough, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been the nicest bunch to come through. I think it's because most of you know each other, though. He kind of like takes another bite of cake. I don't know how this would be if it wasn't.
Yeah.
You guys doing up? Okay, what the hell are you guys up to? A big group of guys said you're terrorists. What's all that about?
We're fighting like a crazy robot CEO.
He kind of blinks 2 times. Crazy robot CEO, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it's like a. Apparently, it's like a line of robots or something like that. One of them's a crazy CEO. She's kind of the one who killed all of us. Came in, punched a hole in my chest, exploded us all with a big bomb. Pretty messed up, honestly. Hurt like a bitch, I'll tell you what. Yeah, that's where my arm got ripped out of my chest.
Yeah, he's like, wow, that's a lot. Shit, man. Robots, though, that's again. What the hell?
Again?
Yeah, there was that old incident. Like, God, even I was alive back then when the first time that happened. You know?
Wait, the first time? What?
He kind of like snaps his finger a bit.
Oh, you're talking about the Brando thing, right?
Yeah, that R9 incident.
Yeah.
Brando.
Bono just grabs a handful of cake and tries it, and then goes, yeah, and puts it back on the table.
What does Deviano's family have to do with this?
JamiroCorp. It used to be under Deviano's family. Why do you think he's not there?
Huh. Chuckle kind of sits there. That's something to think about, I guess. Chuckle kind of actually looks over a little bit at Ava, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, by the way, you.
She moves over, having a fork of cake almost drifting in her mouth.
By the way, I just want to say thanks. Genuinely, if it weren't for you, I would have been able to figure this whole thing out.
She gives you a thumbs up. Excellent. Although, things have gotten a little crazy here now. I'm pretty interested to see what happens next.
We'll have to see, I guess.
I suppose so. She kind of steps a bit to the side, and she almost seems to be eating cake, and she's kind of like, I guess, looking at Mina on the outside, just kind of like curious about what the hell is going on with that. And that in mind, it's like, yeah, robots though, I guess didn't. He kind of like steps aside and just starts to think about that a little bit more, and kind of eats his cake and goes sits in the corner. Let's see. All right.
Imagine the entire time Jack was just sitting there eating his cake going, wow, man, this shit's crazy.
I'll put you back in. Hey, Al, you come back after getting some cigarettes.
Man, who knew they had ghost cigarettes around? That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, you went back to the bar and you found some ghost cigs. You think about it, of course they have ghost cigs. He got a light, he has to have cigarettes.
Al tries once again to make his way down the crater.
Yeah.
Ow, rolls down. Ow.
You slam in the back of Danny and then kind of push forward. Bono, you wanted to talk to Danny and Creepy Eye Grandma, correct? And
yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't thinking at the same time, but sure.
Okay, sure. If you want, sure. Yeah, might as well. They're right here together.
Bono's just gonna sit crisscross on the ground. Hey.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
So you, well, first off, I'm gonna point to the creepy grandma.
Oh, yes, hon.
I know we were enemies out there, but good on you for the kid thing.
Oh, good on you as well. She kind of checks over again. You're a hitman, weren't you? Well, I guess that means that, She kind of thinks a bit. I appreciate your compassion for children. They really don't deserve all the nonsense they get.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Quite honestly, I have no idea what our status as enemies are. They bombed me too. I'm not too happy about that.
JamiroCorp
fair
does
point.
do that.
Yes, they do. You and me, we go way back. He kind of points over at Al with a fork.
I just fought you once. That's it.
Yeah,
Twice,
yeah, that's
counting the
fine.
last time.
Oh, yeah, that was fine. She kind of looks forward again at Bono.
Yeah, fun is a word.
Yeah, it's real fun. So yeah. It's all going to be quite interesting. She kind of looks around and then leans forward and just directly stares. She kind of tips her glasses down and directly stares at you, Bono. And it's like, did you see the look in everyone's eyes after it all happened?
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Things aren't going to go well.
Yeah, they usually probably don't in this situation, do they? He looks over at Danny.
He kind of like is silent and then nods his head. It's going to start soon. She tips her glasses up. Well, might as well enjoy some cake before then. Hey,
Fun with that.
hey, Presley.
Self-preservation, huh?
Hey, Presley.
Yeah.
Go get cake?
You and the boy are looking at the stars.
Hey,
Are there stars here?
It's more smoke clouds, honestly.
Presley kind of like swallows air, I guess. How you feeling, champ?
Worst birthday ever.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a bad birthday like this before.
Yeah. How old are you?
Well, I'm.
Joke? Is that a funny joke?
Oh my god.
Thank you, Brennan. Thank you, Jim.
I knew that was gonna come up.
Did I just walk into a running joke like it was
You
fucking
sure did.
nothing?
You sure did.
Presley's age is like Yahweh and SMT.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
How old did you say you were?
I'm 10.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm a little older than you then.
God damn it.
Well, I just want you to know, I think I said it already, but that was very mature of you to do that, to honor a dead man's wish.
I mean, it is a dead man's party after all.
Yeah. It's a stupid name. It's not even really a party, it's like a show, a game.
I mean, there's cake.
You can have cake for breakfast.
Whoa.
Yeah. It kind of blew my mind when I found out too.
If I get out of here, I'm eating cake for breakfast every day.
And you'll deserve it.
Kind of steps up. Why not eat some cake now, kid? She kind of has another plate. Come on, come up and grab some cake. It is your birthday. Might as well enjoy it the best you can.
Okay. You want cake, Presley?
I haven't really eaten a lot lately.
I mean, you can change that.
Yeah, for your birthday at least.
Yeah. And Alvin walks to go get cake with
She doesn't
creepy
help
lady.
that. You kind of sit there looking up Presley, and in that moment, you notice someone else just kind of slip up and kind of look directly above you.
Hey,
Voted for yourself, huh?
I mean, it was worth a shot.
It
I was kind of banking on all of you doing something stupid like voting for the Fireflies or something.
It was a fair bet.
Yeah. Worst case scenario happened. I
I think
mean,
everybody was trying to figure out a way out when the rules were kind of spelled out to us, weren't they?
yeah. Lincoln just kind of sits down. He has cake and he's like somewhat eating it. So, said you killed someone?
Yeah. One for real. The other one I kind of didn't take credit for until I realized that it's what I do.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I'm kind of like a famous terrorist.
I've heard a bit. For a famous terrorist, you're kind of weak.
Yeah? Why's that?
I mean, you killed someone, and you now claim that you don't want to get out of this and you're not worthy of life. You know what we call that in underpass? Call that bitch shit.
She sits up. I mean, I didn't want to kill anybody.
Oh, okay. So you didn't want to kill anyone. I mean, that's how a lot of people go.
What I wanted to do was save as many people as possible, which is what I'm trying to do now.
Mm-hmm. And how do you plan on doing that?
By making sure my friends get out, because they're the only people who can kill the evil robot president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
And then make sure the kid gets out.
Yeah. Wishful thinking, don't you think?
Yeah. If I've learned anything over the course of the past year, it's that you can't save everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, you're gonna risk staying in the game longer, making it where you're probably gonna lose more friends, and maybe even lose yourself without even being able to save anyone.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to games of chance.
You know what I think you should do?
What's that?
I think when voting starts again, you should just sacrifice yourself, save some of your friends, before
So I
you lose the chance to do that.
myself,
Yeah.
And then leave the rest of the game in your hands? You who is clearly selfish and wants to go?
Yeah. Mostly because I'm tired of looking at your pathetic self.
Well, maybe you should sacrifice yourself. You won't have to look at anything ever again.
Nah, plan on living.
I hope you have the votes for that.
Don't worry, I will.
Looks like you only had one. And she gets up to go get her cake.
Oh man. Oh, all right. I'm gonna take us down. Johan, you ended up chatting a bit with these two.
Johan's kind of like looking at. He's not even eating his cake. He's just kind of holding it, and he's looking at Mary.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sorry. It's just well, how do I put this? No, you kind of look like someone we know. So I guess being around you is kind of my practice for breaking that ice when the time comes.
She kind of blinks a few times. Oh, all right. That's all right. Okay, that's. He gets around. Oh, you got like a crush or something?
Oh no. No.
He kind of like, wow,
no.
that's like a bit rude, don't you think?
Well, like, no, it's not like that. It's more of, well, how do I put this? Well, I think you've noticed that everyone in this group, at least in our immediate group, has kind of reacted a certain way to seeing you, Mary.
She kind of like, I have noticed. I can't say I know why, and I don't know if it's any of my business.
Well, I was initially gonna not even bother, but the whole deal is you kind of look like, oh god, you know what, fuck it, we're all in the same boat. The lady we're fighting, her name is also Mary. Basically the lady who bombed us, and you look exactly like her. Same inflection, same face, same manner of speaking, and almost same posture.
She stops and then just kind of holds herself there and puts her head down. I'm sorry then if that seems a bit too.
No, it's just, well, It was especially disconcerting because you have your own memories. We initially thought, I don't know what we thought, but you remember the life you had before this, right? You remember
Yes.
what the world was like.
I do.
Yeah, it's just kind of a weird coincidence that someone who looks exactly like the person who's hunting us down is in the same area of the city and bears the same kind of name.
I suppose it would, yes. I could see why you would be confused about that. She just kind of seems to stop. Jack kind of looks between both of you. Ah, shit. Yeah. Damn. A lot of crazy coincidences in the world, huh?
Yeah, shit's crazy, huh, Jack?
Kind of looks back. So I mean, shit though, she doesn't seem to know. So I mean, I guess it's fine. And
Yeah.
you say that, and yet something kind of seems to hang in the air in front of this woman as you ask that question. There seems to be something there that's not coming out.
Something that you remember, Mary?
She kind of just hangs there a little bit. Nothing that I think would be important.
Or is it something you're not proud of, ashamed of?
She nothing like that. I just don't think it'd be anything and it would be important to talk about now.
Well, I mean, let me be frank, even though you look exactly like the person, even though you look exactly like her, we're giving you the benefit of the doubt in terms of you being your own person.
Yes. And
So, I mean, if you have anything that you really feel like you need to say, feel free to.
She kind of stands up and then looks at you, and she actually gets a resolved expression on her face and says, "No, I think I'm fine. Thank you for giving me benefit of the doubt."
Well, just want you to know. I just wanted you to know what was the deal. I didn't want you getting the wrong idea.
Of course, I understand
And
now. Thank you.
as long as we're all in the same boat, we will rely on you, as I hope you can learn to rely on us.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Yeah. Cool shit, dude. He kind of moves up and pats you both on the shoulder. Good luck out there and stuff. Hopefully we all he kind of drifts off when he's about to say that.
Don't die, Jack. Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do 2 more here. And then we'll call it and the game will return. So, first off, let's pop over here. Al, you approach Izzy and Joe.
Hey. I want to be frank with you guys. You two need to get out of here together, or I think something bad will happen.
Oh, I know. You
Yeah.
saw what happened.
Indeed, I did.
Joe, have you pieced it together?
Al takes a seat by the rubble at a slight angle. It's a pretty nasty situation.
That it is.
Everyone had the resolve to speak out and try to at least be a little bit heroic. And then we see how we will die. Smashed by a mace, crushed to tiny pieces, reduced to a splash of blood.
Well, at least it's quick. There's a lot of way worse ways to go.
No, believe me, I know.
Izzy kind of like reaches her hands out and grabs above your shoulders. Oh, now, come on. You're all right, of course, but she kind of like shakes you both a bit. Doesn't change the fact of what we have to do, the whole situation we're in. It's all a bit grim, but we can at least go forward with a little positivity stepping forward. There's no real choice to do besides that.
Yeah.
So long.
The thing is, the most cruel thing of this game, Al lights another cigarette is that the moment a death has been put into place, the way we will be disposed of has been shown. Those with weak spirits have already been broken. The game has been rigged.
Yeah.
From the start, I suppose. It's a nasty one. You can call it backstabbing simulator if you'd like it.
I haven't heard of that one. I remember Surgeon Sim. That was
Is he kind of like, I don't think this is a simulator. I think this is just real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sorry you had to get wrapped in all our business here, Al.
It's my job. I'm being paid for it. I expected something bad to happen to me sooner or later. I just...
You're being paid for it to get in our
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm paid for it. Yeah.
Well, you got the best payment of all. Welcome to death.
I did. You know, I've been waiting for this moment a long time. I just wish it had come a little bit later, because as of now, I do have some things to do.
Ooh.
Like what?
Well.
Deleting Mary out of space and time. That's the one. And the only one, really.
Damn.
Speak of the devil. How did you guys end up meeting her?
She kind of leans back. Well, I suppose I've never met her, though I suppose we met her? I think you were on the pilot seat there, Huz.
Yeah.
She kind of like tapped his shoulder. How'd you meet her?
Well, it was strange. I seem to remember getting an assignment from MCorp to go meet with these people, and they wanted to go and do something with robots. I'm sorry. I have so many memories in my head, it's hard to piece it together sometimes.
Yes, I could see that. You're doing a good job, though. Wasn't there, didn't you live in an arcade, like the one we had back home? The same one, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
I can't believe it stood standing for that long. Or, well, I mean, technically, I'm not quite sure. I'm sure it wasn't exactly the same one, but you sure made it the same one. I wonder if that was, like, subconscious or not.
I think it was. That was where I first met.
She smiles, and what were you saying, Al?
Wish I could have seen it.
You probably still can. It's a little banged up, though, I think.
Yeah.
Well then, Al, hopefully we can all get out and go beat up that she kind of thinks a bit.
Toaster.
That's what you... Okay. Okay, yes. We'll toast the toaster. She kind of pumps her fist. And finally, Bono, you're still kind of hanging up here, and Danny kind of seems to just be sitting back, and it's like, ugh. I really do appreciate what you did, by the way. Good argument to make. Even if you made a good point. It's just that, honestly, there's no point in this that's particularly the correct one. Anything anyone makes will be debated. Anything has an opinion on everything, and everyone's lives on the line. So,
yeah. On that topic, what's your deal with her? Gestures his head towards Mary.
He kind of stops and then turns back. Well, she was... He kind of like leans back and presses his head against the rock and kind of stares up again. A long time ago, she was basically kind of like... A mom's not the right word. She used to take care of me and my friends a lot. And we'd just always run around, and a bunch of punks go around doing shit back in the city, and, well, she'd always be a nice home away from it all. Come into the flower shop, go out back. Never really have to worry about anything back there. Rare kind of thing in the city, you know? So, even if it means throwing this game into chaos, I didn't want to see her die. Going out and saying I recognize her is a real stupid risk if you consider it, but, whatever.
So it's like familial almost.
Suppose so, yeah. That's basically it.
How? She doesn't look that old.
Yeah, she's not. God, I don't know exactly. She'd probably be around like 40 or something now, maybe a little later than that. We're all a bunch of. I guess it was more just like someone watching out for you. Not a boss, but someone that, you know, still got your back. Someone who's maybe not like mom stuff, you know, like ever have a big sister, you have a family, man?
I can't remember anymore. Not after this bullet. He points to his head.
He kind of stopped. Oh shit. He kind of looks
Yeah.
directly at you. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm
seem to
sure
be
I
taking
had
it.
somebody, but
Yeah, I seem to be taking it in stride, all right.
try my
Finding
best.
I mean, she wasn't my real mom, but I found her. I found my friends. What about you? Find a new family?
Well, Bono looks around. Yeah, you could say that. Somewhat. Just serious question, and then I can leave you alone. I know you've been here for a long time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with being stuck here?
He kind of stops and stares directly at you and notices you. Is like, He kind of like stops and looks directly down. I remember that my friends are out there. I know that if one day they die, maybe they can pop in here, and I might be able to sacrifice myself to save them. As long as I have that, I have some hope.
You sure that would work, though? I mean, the theory you said. Well, you said theory.
He kind of
Stable.
looks at you with some resolve. If one of them was in here, I would sacrifice everyone else in the game to save them. That's what it took.
I understand.
He kind of releases a breath of air.
I just, I don't know, man. This is all real intense. And,
Yeah.
I mean, how many good people, I say, knowing that there's probably something dark in us all, but how many of them do you see? How many parties? How many, like, nuns or children or whatever? It's a lot. You're doing good. He pats him on the back.
Yeah, he kind of nods his head and just kind of like leans back against the rock a bit. He stares up at the sky and lets that sentence kind of sink in with him, and he thinks, they're all good people at first. And with that, a little bit more time flies, some cake is eaten, and eventually the games will begin again. But first, I'm going to call a break real fast, just so I can grab some water, take a break there. It was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
All right. Brennan, you're
Jibo.
auto tuned again. Jibo, you're auto tuned again.
I'm auto-tuned
Jibo.
again.
Yeah.
Why? Why is it doing this? It's never.
Power is leaking out.
Yeah. Support Christian
I'm
on
back.
Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
There's
it's
the
Pinocchio P, I honestly forgot to talk to her.
No. Hey, there might
We
be like
already know we're
another.
gonna save her.
Yeah.
There might be another break. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't.
I was going to go into a fucking monologue, but like I'm just vibing.
I'm just vibing.
There's time.
Some
for-
people in the chat asked, what's Al's past with Mary, I guess you should look. I guess you should watch the spin-off. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on the Christian Patreon. If you subscribe to it, you might get to see Al's backstory before everyone gets to find out. I mean, it's really cool. It's only 3 episodes. I'm pretty sure you would enjoy it a lot. I don't know. Maybe go check it out.
Go
Mhm.
check it.
Yeah.
I was
Even though
there.
if Joe or Izzy had asked what's Al's past with Mary, he would have just spilled the beans or whatever. He's dead
Yeah.
already, anyways. So while that doesn't happen, you might want to check out this Yang spinoff and the Christian Patreon. I mean, it's pretty good. I was there, believe it or not.
Yeah, I was there too. It's great.
Mhm. Yeah.
For 2 of the episodes, I completely forgot to change the fucking overlay.
It do be like that sometimes, getting back into the rhythm.
Yeah.
Got to call Jibo a
I'll be-
bitch.
Was it because I was nice to you once? Did I throw off the balance of the universe by being nice to an aloha?
Nah, man. This was coming either way.
Jesus Christ.
There can be no peace, man. We can only pretend.
When are
There's
they
gonna
gonna
be peace
swash
when
their
you're dead.
beef? Chat. Vote now.
In which game will me and Aloha squash our beef?
what game will be on the same side?
Yeah,
None of them. Did it, did
'cause
it,
I
did
don't see
it.
it.
I would simply become your enemy.
Yeah.
Betrayal.
Never.
Don't worry,
All
I'm about
right.
to squash the beef by voting Linkin Park out.
I hope you get out. I will. It dies immediately next round.
Yeah.
I'm just
Fuck.
saying, it's pretty bold the assertion he's making that he's like, oh, I'll get the votes.
Yeah, I was like, you have no friends.
Everyone here saw I voted for myself like a selfish asshole. I'll get the votes.
Mm-hmm.
What a hero.
He just needs to make sure that he's nicer to the other people.
Man. Something about seeing Presley just lay there like a little worm, just kind of like rubbed the wrong way. Yeah, man, just a little squish.
This stupid child.
This fucking kid.
Why aren't you tougher in death?
Yeah.
Here's the upside. I'm free now.
Just looking
man.
at looking at the 2 kids staring up at the sky. Man, I killed a man. You ever thought about what it means to be alive? Kids, can you lighten?
Dude, I loved it. I
Just a
love
little
that.
bit?
You guys all right?
Well, it
You
is a
need a hug?
man's party. Like, dude, we could
But
yo.
Like the other tricky part of this fucking death game is that the more friendlies we get out, the less allies we have in.
Yeah.
Look, man, Presley and Alvin can pilot mechs now. They have the qualifications.
They
Yeah.
have the trauma.
They
Yeah,
have the
man.
trauma.
We can pilot our moms now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I would sing the Ava theme song, but I don't want the channel to get nuked.
Mhm.
To answer chat. So what basically happens from what we understand is if we vote Beetle out to die, Stan goes away, we're all dead. No chance to
Yep,
come
because
back.
the stand is holding our souls.
Yeah.
But he
We're
said that-
essentially an
He said
escrow.
it was a theory. I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
like that he
that-
specifically said it was a theory.
because it's also never happened. But this is part of the theory. If we vote him to come back alive, Stan stops working, we're gone.
We all die.
Yeah. So we
Like,
have to avoid him, basically.
Yep. And like Jibo over here said that I don't like that it's just a theory. A game.
A game theory.
Game.
Yeah.
Game.
But like there are
Yeah.
some theories, there are some hypotheses you don't want to test. Like in these
Yeah.
kinds of situations. Like if you have 2 vials of liquid and someone came and said to you, if you mix these, there is a chance they will explode and kill everyone, and there is a chance they won't.
Just don't.
Just don't mix the liquids.
What if
Yeah.
what if I drank the liquid?
Here's a fun thing. The party setup of the map is inspired by the Dead Man Party's album cover.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
The yellow table and the picnic cloth and the roses and confetti and shit.
good job, Aloha.
Yeah. Fun facts. Cake. There's not cake on the table, I don't think, but
Funfetti.
funfetti cake with a soggy bottom.
Yeah, delicious. I missed out on the cake. Fuck.
Instead, you just have to drink your tears.
And she
I'm
can't
so
even
sorry.
walk away. She can't even walk away because she needs to wait for someone to come out.
Oh yeah,
Yup.
man.
She doesn't have her leg, does she?
I don't know
Probably
if
not.
it actually made it.
I don't think she
Yeah,
does
do
because
we get reborn naked? Is that how this works?
oh,
Clothes can stay.
Close can stay.
Just
Because she won't be able to
Clothes have
crawl out
another
of that
soul.
crater on her own.
just remember
Yeah.
that no one lives
Oh, that
forever.
fucked
Mhm.
me over.
That was so good. Like Christian went so hard into that one, just like Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, dude.
But
Oh.
fan service? Nah, dude.
No.
Nah, dude.
No, dude.
There are
No,
children
no.
watching.
Yeah.
there are.
I'm the children.
I'm looking respectfully.
Those were some noises.
So here's a theory.
Mm-hmm.
If someone were to sacrifice and there were 2 people left, then we could maybe save Beetle. Not that I care.
Not that I
the guy
care or
doesn't want
anything,
to
but
be
Baka.
saved. Like the dude doesn't
Baka.
want to be saved. I think because he's like,
It-
I'm waiting. If my
it's-
friend dies, I will sacrifice
Mhm.
myself for them.
It's less to save him and more to save the next
Stop the
party
stand?
of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to stop the stand. But
Yeah.
I don't know if stopping the stand is like a good thing because people die here and they get a chance to come back, even if it's twisted and horrible. But they get
And
Yeah,
traumatic
if you really think about it,
I
Dead Man's Party is the good guy because
the only
doing a
Get the
problem.
fuck out of here, alone.
The only
I'm just
problem
kidding.
here is if like an enemy of us dies here and comes back. That's the problem.
don't worry, dude. Like as long as like you kill your enemies one by one, man, and not in like 20, like a bundle of like 21 or something, I think it'll be fine.
I mean, Year of the Cat. One day you guys will understand how it works. I still don't know.
Or
It's-
will we?
It's a fucking
That's a
spreadsheet
theory.
stand. Goddamn spreadsheet bullshit
Spreadsheet.
stand.
Man,
Yes!
I've been messing with spreadsheets for a while now. I don't want to hear about spreadsheets. I had to fix around 4,000 lines of an Excel spreadsheet because a fucking intern fucked it up. So I had to manually go through every line fixing it. And I've been doing that for the past 4 days, and I am a little bit dead inside, but that's just perfect to roleplay Al.
You know what's
Mhm.
funny, Angra? Is I would love to do that as a job.
Yes, I know you are like an Excel sheet god. I'm just a fucking mongrel.
I can't fucking find any of those kind of jobs here. It's stupid. I'm on a
think internet
stupid
got it wrong, yeah.
fucking shitty island.
Yeah, man.
Ugh.
Come
I'm
to
back.
Brazil, Bert. Come
Hello,
to
everyone.
Brazil.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's
Howdy.
back?
Mm-hmm.
It's me. Is anyone else gone right now, or is everyone back?
I think
I think nobody
Again?
left. It's just you.
Mhm.
Here?
If you're not here, say something.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm died years ago.
you
Oh,
can
wait,
type
I'm
a
not here.
classic plus in chat to let everybody know
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're here.
Well, let's give that a shot.
Oh,
Sure.
Wow, those are so many crosses looking like the third impact, boy.
yeah.
A one for each of the graves.
Yeah.
We doubled up in many cases.
Yeah.
I probably should have done the talking thing like then, but I think I'll do it
Mhm.
like somewhat soon. I was just vibing. It was
Yeah,
cool
sure,
stuff.
that's good. No, vibing's good.
Vibe and
Cool.
survive, my man.
So.
Oh, the fan art of Billy. Oh no.
Oh, don't say that shit. Don't say that shit to me right now. Ugh. Oh no, I see it. Fuck. Okay.
Yes, we've destabilized the GM emotionally. Let's go.
Dummy. Dummy.
What's happening next on
Yeah.
Dead Man's Party?
Yeah. Let me just drag back some people. I moved off the map, and we'll be in it. All right. Let's put you here. Let's put you here and you there. All right. So. Okay. Let's just put these people around.
Man.
Okay, I think that's good.
This fucking stand.
Man.
Man.
This fucking stand, am I right, guys? Pretty fucking crazy. You seeing this shit, Noctua? All right, hang on. All right. Birdie. Nice pair. Nice.
That's exactly what will happen if Bono dies. I'm just gonna play that video in the background. Birdie.
Okay. So,
nice shot.
All right. So,
sorry.
With that, party begins again, everyone. Everyone's found themselves centered back. The cake's still right there. But this time, we'll get, maybe have a little cake while we're having our debate, you know? It'll be a good time. But, as everyone once more settles around the crater itself, the Dead Man's Party sort of just kind of returns to the podium, looks around at everyone. All right, everyone. Hope you got to chat, have a good time, and maybe even like make some friends. Maybe talk about what you're gonna do next. You know, I'm really excited to see what everyone's come up with. After all, it's been a crazy show so far. Let's make this clean, everyone. And as he says that, he snaps. Let's get round 2 started. What do you think? As he says that, once more around the circle. The spotlights drop. And that in mind. Actually, let me get the theme playing. There we go.
Who wants to be a
Who
millionaire?
wants to be a millionaire? Yeah.
Alive. Who wants to be alive?
Who
So,
wants to be?
Who
not
wants
dead?
to be not dead? You stepping? You stepping there?
I'm stepping.
All right, let me also
Counter.
The first 2 step up. It's Lincoln and Presley. And then after that, another person steps up. Chop once more steps into the center stage, stepping on a light. Danny kind of steps back and sits back against the cliff, already giving up on any sort of debate he could have. And then there are 3 more slots. If anyone wants to step up, you could also sit down and wait a bit, and I'll just pop someone else, whatever you guys feeling.
Depending on how many PCs will hop in, I'll have Chuckle pop in.
I'm
I
good
don't
for
want
wait.
to overflow it. Okay.
I'll vibe for right now.
All right.
Okay, I'll take the spot then.
Alrighty, cool. Nice, good split there.
Joaquin's
Everything
just
kinda
gonna
started out.
Joaquin's just gonna hold Izzy's hand.
Yeah. All right. As it starts up, somebody kind of coming from behind. Jack's about to talk, and Mary kind of puts a hand on his hand and just like, "Can I come in, please?" Oh shit, yeah, sure, man. Kind of steps out. She moves on into the center, and with that, the first 6 have assembled, and the conversation is ready to be had. With that, let us begin.
Yeah. So Lincoln just goes ahead and starts off very quick. So I think Jop is the next one who should die.
Oh? Well now, where's this coming from all of a sudden?
I mean, you have a lot of enemies here, don't you?
Enemies might be a bit of a rough word. I mean, come on, the fucking Christ. Jump kind of like keeps talking. So, I mean, honestly, I don't know if I could call them enemies anymore. We both got bombed by the same people, don't you think? It might be a bit too rough to say that.
Fair.
What about you there, Lincoln? Vote for yourself last round. Pretty selfish, huh?
I mean, I think being selfish in this game is kind of important, don't you think?
Is it? I mean, we could get by with sacrifices. In fact, sacrificing oneself seems to be the surest way to get out of the most people possible. If anything, it's a Samaritan's gain.
Well then, why don't you sacrifice yourself and save your new friends then? Or are you just pretending to be nice so you get an easy pass at life?
She kind of like looks directly across from you. We'll wait and see. After all, we're still talking about it right now, aren't we? No need to rush to conclusions.
Chuckle kind of actually speaks up for a sec. I'll actually be honest here. As of right now, to be perfectly frank, I'm kind of choosing to, well, kind of like toss out all previous biases out the window. Right now, I feel like currently being as fair as possible is, well, what's kind of important here. And I can already feel it coming. Somebody's go, oh, fairness, right? What's so fair about the game we're already in? I don't give a shit about that. So, to be perfectly frank, every single one of our lives are on the line here. We already know that. I'm not about to treat this with some kind of like piss and vinegar or whatever. That's how we get the de-evolution of humanity on our hands, right?
Mary kind of like, I suppose so, but I believe we do have something we could address immediately. We wanted to get Alvin, right? Is everyone still okay with that?
Yeah, I think the next step is figuring out how we get Alvin out. As long as we're all still in agreement.
Everyone
Anybody
looks
would like to speak up?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
Everyone seems to be generally in agreement there. And yeah, no one really seems to step back on that. And Presley, something kind of sits in your gut when you notice that too. There's the beginning of something in your head. Is it doubt? You're not entirely sure. You push it back for now, and you kind of keep with the topic at hand.
Doubt where? What direction?
Exactly. That's it. It's something. Are you going to think about it a bit more?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
All right. Make me a brains roll.
Oh, good. What do I do? Stand user roll.
Yeah.
Modifier is 5, right?
Let me just roll a intuition roll. Yeah. Get that. Oh, you could probably beat that. Actually, you will beat that regardless of what you roll. Unless you roll a 1, in which case it'll escalate and it gets a reroll. So
yeah.
Escalate in a eureka moment. That'd be kind of funny.
Oh.
Don't you have any traits to add to that too?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, by 1, boy.
Yeah. So you kind of think of it a bit, and you're like, okay, it doesn't seem. You remember last voting session? There was a lot of people that didn't vote for Alvin, and the assumption was, of course, we're gonna get Meat out, then Alvin last. But I guess a doubt starts to circle in your head where you just wonder, who here? Is there someone here who doesn't? Is there someone here who doesn't actually want to get Alvin out? In fact, who voted for then and why? Lincoln did it. Lincoln's obvious about it, but that obviousness kind of sets a seed of doubt. That helps. Is someone here? You get that feeling that someone here could potentially even be lying or hiding or just pretending that they want to get Alvin out because they don't think it'll benefit them to say otherwise. These doubts start hitting in your head, and you kind of wonder just how far people already are gone. Maybe it's all fine. Everyone seems to be doing okay. Sure. It seems about right. But speaking up again, Well, is there anyone who's willing to sacrifice? Kind of looks around the circle.
Looks like not.
All right, and I suppose it's a question of voting then, as it is.
Well, let's not rush things. There's much
Okay.
to talk about.
Okay.
I'm going to make my intentions known. I intend to get Alvin out of this, and then I intend to get my friends out of this because I feel like they're their best chance. There's the best chance of saving the world. If we can save anybody else, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping up, Bono. Do you want to go in?
Yeah.
Okay. You can trade with Jop out if you'd like. So.
Oh,
just
I can trade with
step
Bono.
up.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I was just gonna step up and.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey,
No, you can take my place.
Oh yes.
would you mind?
No problem. Go in, bud. She kind of steps back and goes, leans at the corner there.
If a fourth PC is entering the ring, Chuckle's gonna tag out with somebody else, with an
Alright.
NPC.
Sounds
So,
good.
When the NPCs tag him.
Oh hell yeah.
Look,
Okay.
You mentioned the Samaritans game, right? The principle there. I think that the kids need to get out, but the rest of us, we're already dead. We might be able to battle each other for a way out, whatever, but you're betraying who you are, or you're revealing who you are as a weapon against other people, and I don't think that that's right. So,
Jack kind of looks across. But yeah, guess that's pretty fucked up. So, well, what do you suggest we do then? Like, we're just gonna get the kid out, then like, fucking, I don't know, flip coins?
I don't think any of us, besides the kid, maybe also, that one really I point at Presley because she's also a kid. Really have a chance to get out. We're dead. We're already dead. Why would we betray the values that we have just for the sake of feeling that little bit of relief? Oh, I went and killed 10 people so that I could live. And that's coming from a murderer, by the way. I don't think anyone who's actually a good person. Bono's gonna walk out, just sit next to Beetle.
That actually brings
Beetle-
up a good point.
As you sit down, Beetle like kind of waits there. He doesn't really look at you, just kind of keeps staring. And he slowly kind of lifts up a hand and places the gloved hand on your shoulder and pats you 2 times. As kind of rushing up, someone does actually kind of go in. I mean, he makes a good point, but like, I mean, if we are just dead, we might as well just go for a chance, right? I mean, we got things to do. We got important things, right? We gotta save the city, right?
Neither of I have different definitions of saving the city.
Oh.
That wasn't it, Presley's statement. It's just, I think that more apt
in general.
His current mood.
Yeah.
That being said, we took a vote on whether we should save Alvin or Mina, correct?
Yeah.
How did the votes fall? We all know that Lincoln voted for himself, which is actually kind of helpful. I know it's anonymous voting, but we do all want to save Alvin, and if we were to assume that Mina's party, her friends, voted for her, does that account for everybody who voted for her? If so, why?
Kind of stops a bit and looks around. You see, well, you know that 12 people voted for Mina. There's obviously, you can pretty safely assume that the Electric 6 voted for Mina. That's at least 2 of them. Beyond that, you've got Presley, Al, you've got Chuckle, Johan, Joaquim, Izzy, Bono, which would be about 10. Assuming that everyone there, or, well, actually, one more, because, no, actually, never mind. That isn't the case, I realize. Yeah, you have about 10, assuming that everyone voted to get Mina out from your group.
Assuming that everybody in our group voted to get Mina out, that leaves 2 people unaccounted for. Why did
Well,
you vote for this stranger and not for the child?
Kind of looking around, and Mary actually speaks up a bit. I would like to know that too. I'll. No one else has to do this, but I'll go out and say it. I voted for Alvin. I didn't. I understand that was your friend, but I felt like it was appropriate to vote for the child.
And that's fair.
She didn't die because of it. No, now I'm a little bit more okay. Yeah, we can talk about the votes.
Yeah,
not a violation of the rules.
you kind of think about that, and looking across, Dead Man's party just kind of seems to stare directly across at you guys, and he seems to be waiting, but he doesn't seem to actually like interrupt that at all. And do you actually look at him and try to address that, or you just let him sit in the back?
Nah, I won't be a snitch.
No, it is weird that you're not talking.
He kind of speaks up. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if someone wants to, there's no particular rule about saying what you did. Just don't force someone else out of it, or I'll have to get in the way. And kind of mind, everyone kind of sits around, and I don't know if, like, shit, we can go, but we can't figure it out. Can't, like, directly ask, so I guess the question is someone around. I mean, oh, fuck. All right, well, if we're not going to do it that way, I guess we should ask this instead. Who's okay with... No one, right? No one wants to give sacrifice for a kid. Well, okay, fine then. If no one wants to ask the question, I guess I will, who we kicking out?
I mean, I threw an option on the table.
I mean, yeah. Well, why not you, bud? I mean, you're the one who's you're self-interested again. Like, you're the one who's fucking threatening all this stuff, so.
Sacrificing can throw off the math of the situation.
And
no, like killing someone by voting. Sacrificing yourself would be the optimal way for everyone to get out of here, but that's the trap of this game. Human self-preservation is a factor, and
so,
even if that would be betraying or values, people want to live.
With that in mind, Jop kind of seems to look back and forth, and then kind of step up again and tap this guy on the shoulder. Or are you stepping out, Presley?
Yeah, she's stepping out.
All right. Jop kind of steps forward, and then looks assembled around everyone. All right, then. Let's change up the approach, then. If all of this kept going for the assembled amount of time, who could we get out, and who would we get out? Like, I guess, how many could we get out, and who could we get out? If you think about it that way, instead of jumping in blind, you kind of looks over, who needs the votes to get out? Any more in strenuous circumstances, like with the boy? She kind of looks around a bit. And Izzy actually kind of taps you on the shoulder, Joe. Maybe it's time to go talk.
All right. I've been kind of silent for a while. Mostly because this is the first time I've been able to hold my wife. Over 150. If it were up to me, I would get every single one of you. Everybody would be alive. I don't care about past differences if we fought or anything like that. But there's something that I must say. A vote for myself or my wife condemns us both.
How do you mean?
If you vote for me to die, she has nothing to return to. just like Louis. And
uh,
if you vote for her, I have no reason to live.
kind of like sitting back there. I don't think I understand. What do you mean, nothing to go back to?
We mentioned it earlier. Louis was a carbon interface. That is a device which is normally implanted into an android to keep alive flesh, to chain a stand, be able to manipulate it, use it for your goals. But that is new technology. One of the first prototypes was to take stand users, blends them down to nothing, and put them into somebody else. Somebody who is not a stand user, can be manipulated. And then erase their memories. So, she is my carbon interface, in a sense. And she can't live without me.
And with that,
I'm cutting out.
Huh?
Oops.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
You're not
Okay.
cutting out.
according to the stream, I am.
Oh, weird. Not cutting out for me, but
Yeah, I heard it fine.
yeah.
Okay.
With that, Ava actually steps up and she tries to take Lincoln's spot. And as she goes forward, she looks across. So you're saying you two are combined like a dual person and you got split in half?
In a sense, yes. We both
Oh.
live in the same body.
Oh, okay. Well, that actually makes it a lot easier then, right?
How so?
Well, if one of you sacrifices yourself, we have 4 votes, because there's no point in both of you being in here, right? I mean, just think about it. If you end up sacrificing yourself, you save 2 people. At which point, if Izzy sacrifices herself, that's 4. That's a lot of people out, just from the good Samaritanism of one person, right?
You may have a point, but I want to make it out with her just as much as all of you.
The guy immediately above you, Barrett, kind of looks up. I mean, yeah, no, that's a point. I mean, I guess it's a thing, but I mean, suddenly Barrett's kind of pushed aside a bit as Fleet kind of comes in and Deadman's party. Now, no touching, and Dead's like, hey, shut the hell up. They haven't like seen each other in forever. They both deserve to get out alive. Don't fucking pull that shit. Look, she's just like, calm down. I'm just saying the point. We need to come to a conclusion at some time, and if we don't do it at least soon, then we're just gonna vote someone out for one, and that's not efficient, right? I'm just saying. Bit of a silence falls over again. Well, shit. What about you? You say yourself, you're not good for sacrificing, though, right, man? You don't wanna do that.
No, absolutely not. If I can,
well, I mean-
I want to get out of here with my wife and with my grandchild.
I mean, it's just that, Ava. I mean, if you think about it that way, like, there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, if he doesn't want to get out and they don't want to do that, then it's not a sacrifice, because it won't be 4. And she kind of thinks about it. I understand, but if we end up just voting, if no one wants to sacrifice, then at least that's 2 for 1, if you understand my logic here. I'm just saying, it's just how it is. I understand that there's a lot going on here, but by the nature of it, we really don't have a choice. We have to get people out, right?
Listen, you guys can vote however you wish to vote. I'm going to vote the same way that I have so far. If it were up to me, I would get every single one of you out. But it's not up to me. It's not up to solely me. It's up to everybody. We all have to work together.
Hey, Bono.
Yeah. Hey. You said we all have to vote, didn't you? We don't have to vote. That's the point of what I was saying. You've already seen it in motion. The second you came up, I'm not saying this is an attack against you. You came up, you suggested something that it is reasonable if we're all willing to throw ourselves away, if we're willing to cannibalize people like those two for the sake of our own well-being. And then Fleetwood here comes up to defend. None of this needs to happen. We don't have to vote. We don't have to play. This can all end. We're all already dead. Yeah, I want to get the kids out because they're children. Unlike us, they have a chance in the world. But the rest of us, we don't need to. We don't need to destroy ourselves for the sake of some small chance at pretending that we'll be okay when we get back out into the world, knowing how many people died just for us, right then and there, to get one more breath.
Ava ends up speaking up again. I understand your point, but it's not just a chance. Even if we get to breathe for a couple more days, it's better than us all dying.
I have a question.
Hmm?
Mr. Skeleton Man.
Oh, talking to me. Anyone willing to step aside for me? Jop kind of steps aside for a moment and comes in. Yeah, what is it?
What is it that we are trading here? Is it literally a life for a life, or is it a soul for a soul?
I don't get your reasoning.
What I'm asking is, can stand users sacrifice their stands?
He thinks about that for a moment. Isn't that an extension of your soul?
Mayhaps.
Sounds like whatever you sacrifice would go with you, you know what I mean? He kind of like sits down. Ah, man, that's quite the idea, but unfortunately I don't think it's that easy. Kind of turns over and looks at Bono. What were you saying, young man?
The only way to make a shitty experience not be something everyone ever has to go through is to get rid of you, he says, looking at the skeleton.
Oh, well, that's quite the theory then, my friend. Alrighty then, get rid of me. Vote for Danny. Go on, why not just wipe the slate clean? It's easy, right? Get rid of me and no one will ever have to play again.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you try it.
It is that easy. Or Alvin needs to get out. But when that's done, I don't care. How many people think I've killed?
Ooh. Well, that's all fun and games, sure. Sounds like you're committed. How about everyone else? Everyone sound good with that? Skeleton kind of steps back. What were you saying?
Yawn's gonna kind of step up into the light.
Oh, hey, y'all.
Hi. Hi, Yawn. Got a point. I'm going to be honest. I voted for myself the first round.
Same.
And the kid the second, and Mina the second. Because I felt like Mina would have been too compromised to the situation. I felt like it would have only been fair to honor Danny's last wish and let her live. As for myself, Captain goes down with the ship, last one to get off. That being said, I do have a job to get done back at the surface. He looks at Bono. Look like you're a hardworking man. Are you in the, is it practice for you to leave a job half finished?
Oh, no. I would never.
Then you agree that we're getting back.
Mm-hmm. If we have to. But if we have to sacrifice ourselves, I mean, we want to save lives, right? As long as this thing's around, it's going to keep taking them and making them cannibalize each other. And the ones that get back, they're just gonna go back worse. This could have been my job. I wasn't hired for Mary.
Say that again.
I wasn't
Yeah.
hired to fight Mary. I was hired as a diamond dog. But I can do whatever as a diamond dog. I'm free to go out, and I have principles here. Yeah, I kill people, but I'm not just here casually. I'm helping you because I think it's right. But you're not paying me.
And that's why I trust you the most of all, Bono. I kind of agree with that sentiment. If the only way to steer this ship where it needs to be is mutiny, then why don't we mutiny?
Kind of speaking up, Jack's like, "Oh, I don't really like where that's going, dude. Like, yeah, sure, like we could just call it there, but I don't know. I feel like all this principle shit is just gonna get more people killed, like unkilled. I guess. Like, I don't know."
Well, we know for a fact that if we don't have principles, and instead we cannibalize each other, he wins in the end, because he continues to do what he wants. With
All that
whoever
being
he-
said, Johan, I think you're not accounting if you do have the opportunity to get back all of the lives that would be saved in J City if you are back.
Which
It's not just the people here. Johan, yo star.
Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, I get you. I'll stay quiet.
Yeah. Like I said before, I'm not in the habit of leaving jobs unfinished. As far as I'm concerned, I have a job back up there to do. I don't know how long I'll last when spawning back in, but I'll take every second I can to make sure that it gets done.
I just wanted to pop back in and say it's Joe Star. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, I have an accent.
Fleet kind of speaks up. Yeah, we got a job to do, and besides, even on top of that, fuck, man. I don't want to die, but even beyond that, can't just leave Mina out there alone. We got to get out there to be there for her. We already fucked up, so we got to keep going with it. Made our call.
What are you thinking, Al?
Let the kid out first.
Too many secrets. There are
Yeah.
too many secrets to judge everyone's characters right now. I've overheard some conversations and some information not being disclosed. Some cloak and dagger is the expression. We are all at each other's throats right now, but I think we must keep in mind the first ones to bear fangs against each other's. Those ready to jump into murder just so that they could live. I look at Ava and Lincoln. I think we should keep spare thought for them, maybe. Something like that.
I don't blame them for taking that stance they have. When you're cornered, the first thing you're going to want to do is do whatever you can to survive. However, to stick true to your convictions and push past whatever fear you may face. That's the true essence of strength.
And that's the problem here, Johan. Not everyone is as strong as your group.
Can't expect them to be.
Well, one. Chuckle's actually gonna come up and tag out Jack really fast.
All right, yeah.
Imagine he flings Jack over.
Chuckle kind of enters the ring a little bit and goes, "Alright then. I have a suggestion. This ought to make this speed along a little faster. Everybody come up once. And we're all gonna state why we want to live."
Should we start with the people present right now?
Yeah, why not? Hell, I'll start. Why not?
Go for it.
All
Hey,
right.
perfectly. Oh, go ahead.
With that, we will begin the final phase of this. After this, as conversation kind of seems to loop in, everyone's made a good point. And now the question just becomes, what what do we do now? Who wants to live? What are our reasons? So everyone's gonna go through. We're gonna shotgun through it. Chuckle, give your first.
So, to be perfectly honest with you, prior to this, I would have actually probably given myself up in a goddamn instant. However, I kind of came to a realization recently that, well, I can't exactly accomplish anything alone, huh? I guess my main reason for wanting to live right now is that I'm not really super interested in changing the people around here, or, well, to be perfectly frank, even to a degree, changing myself. But I do think we can at least fix the world for the future. I want to at least take the steps to do that. And I don't want to do it by myself. Kind of looks out at across all of them. That's why I'm asking this now. I want to know why everyone here wants to live, so that I can figure out who all can help me change the world.
That, your first statement is over. And right next to it, Al, you go.
Oh, okay. Fine. I was expecting.
You need more time?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Well, lights a cigarette. Drag. If I were to sum it up, I want to live because I don't think my death was fair. I got roped into a situation, even though it's kind of my fault. But other than that, I will be completely honest here, even if it's to my detriment. I want revenge. I want revenge on Mary Magdalene, CEO of JamiroCorp, for ruining my life, killing my friends, burning all my life work to the ground, and pretending everything was fine afterwards, killing people on the daily, turning the streets into bloodbaths, while watching from her ivory tower with her friends and buddies, laughing at us. I want to take her down. I want to drag her to the same despair that I was dragged. I want to show her what my stand showed me the day I received it. I want her to feel the dread of the meaninglessness of our existence. Plus, I have a cat to care for.
God damn
you
it,
say that and let that final note go. And it's
Bono
about
gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, and your light goes out. And Johan, you're about to talk, and something interrupts the process. You feel a hand pull on your shoulder as someone pulls you out and steps on inside. And you see them look directly across at you, Al. She wouldn't do that. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh.
What's that kind of bullshit?
Al grins.
You know what?
This is perfect. This is more than perfect. You know, I had a hunch. See. Mind talking a little bit more about the Mary Magdalene you so idealize and love, my friend.
He kind of looks directly across from you. Idolize? I don't idolize her, but I know her better than you. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean she's CEO?
You've been dead, man. What do you think happens when time passes? People move on. Shit happens. You know what? A step up above her being CEO, she's the reason that fucking kid is paced out there.
He kind of like turns across.
Made the CIs. So you can back the fuck down because you know what? I don't like your tone, bitch.
Oh yeah? What the hell? He kind of stops a bit and turns across. That's some great shit. Obviously you hate her. So why the hell do we even gotta buy that? prefer to hear from her instead of you. Obviously, that's impossible.
Hey,
She's saying she
sunglasses.
made that.
Yeah,
Job
Thanks
kind of
to
looks
her, you
across.
can talk to us about her.
Sunglasses looks across. I guess I'll step in. He kind of pushes them out and kind of says, well, I work for JamiroCorp, and I can at least assure you that, yes, Mary is a part of the CEO branch. She is absolutely JamiroCorp's CEO, and she absolutely ordered me to clean up a hit. I could at least say that much. He kind of looks.
Little girl.
Yeah, Pinocchio P, you know a little bit about the news. Why don't you tell them about what's been going on in the city?
She kind of steps up. Pinocchio P kind of moves up and kind of adjusts her glasses a bit. And she's like, I may not know a lot about this, but I know a bit about what's been going on in the city. Right now, JamiroCorp as a whole has been pushing people out of the side. I mean, it's gotten better over the past years, but it still sucks. More importantly, by the sound of it, this carbon interface stuff, these boxes, they keep putting kids inside of them and stuff, and people to some kind of science experiment. I don't know exactly, but I can confirm that JamiroCorp hasn't lightened up, and she absolutely is in charge. He kind of looks directly across at her.
I have one more. I have more.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Apex Man.
He kind of steps up.
Okay, I'll step out.
Just a moment. He kind of moves on in. I used to work on Johan's ship, and I'll tell you right directly right now that when I was working with him, he kind of like stops a bit. The moment I got off that ship, the moment that Johan started going off, we were separate by that point. They just came after me for no reason. They just thought they could get me at just coming after me for something. I don't fucking know. Probably her. Probably the branch itself just sending people after me when I just wanted to fucking live peacefully, man. He kind of stops and learns around at different people. He's like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. I wouldn't buy that, but turning people in the paste and shoving them in there, a kid, she wouldn't do that. I don't believe that. Pinocchio P steps back.
Actually, if you really wanted to know, you could have asked the kid that we just got out. He was one of the kids that was turned into a carbon interface.
He kind of thinks, we can ask him, though.
The reason why he has nowhere to go back to is because of your friend.
He kind of stares directly across you with that, and it's just like, you're sure it's her? How could you know that directly? What? He kind of stares directly across you, and it's just like, and yeah, you can step back in, Bono. Oh, yeah?
Chuckle actually is going to step out for a sec, and he's going to tag in Mary.
Oh,
okay. Yeah,
do
that was
so.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say.
Mary kind of steps on inside, and she kind of puts her head down and looks up. Miss Magdalene is a very good person. At least, that's how I remember her in the past. She kind of stops and then turns over to Danny. You and all of your friends were so kind to me, and everyone you met in the city. You all were doing a very good job of surviving. You had to do some bad stuff, but I think a lot of people here have. There's a number of people in this circle that have killed people. That's not what they're saying is the problem. It's a problem, sure, but it's not that she's killed people. It's what she's done to them. By the sounds of it. Danny, I know this is hard, but no one's come around to see me in a long time. And he kind of stops a bit. Oh, no, that's not right. You said you had a receipt for Daniel, right? They must have ordered flowers for me, right? They had to have. It must have been that, right? Why else were you coming through here? Mary actually stops a bit, and while she wants to decline that, she kind of thinks, I don't know if that's true. They might still honor you, and I understand that that's hard, but look, corporations can do a lot to people, okay? There's a lot to go. There's a lot going on, and I'm sure that whatever her reason, she did do it. Perhaps. That's what she kind of says. That's at least what they say. But She kind of looks up again. I don't think. It sounds like, at the most, it would be very unfortunate if that's all you knew. That was all you were able to know. If you were to stick in here and have to figure that out. It would be very unfortunate. And if she does need to be punished, I'm sure you do it, Danny. You were always a good kid like that. And she looks up, which is why. And she looks up at the crowd. I wish to sacrifice myself. I would like to get Alvin and Danny out of here. With that,
Oh, fuck.
something washes across as, pushing forward, Jap says, now hold on a second. If you do that, shit'll just go off and we'll be stuck here. Just take a moment to consider it. And with that in mind, Dead Man's Party speaks up. Well, what an interesting set of affairs that we've got ourselves. I thought it was going to come down to a vote, but we've really got ourselves a sacrifice here, don't we? Oh, he kind of thinks. Well, I'm not going to stop you yet. Sounds like some people have problems. If you want to let people talk a little bit longer. That in mind, Danny kind of, no, Mary, don't do that. Come on, Mary, don't. Whatever the fuck is going on, you don't deserve this. And she just kind of like steps forward and just kind of sits down in front of the table and waits. Hey,
my plan popped off. I don't know what to do from now on.
Hey,
I'm just speaking.
Yeah, no, super fair. I think. Hey, Lincoln.
Yep.
You wanna pop in a bit?
Probably.
Yeah.
Let the
Jack's
voice
gonna
of self-preservation in.
Yeah. Jack kind of goes, can I get in, man? Come on, let me in.
Oh, yeah. Come take mine. It's fine. Oh wait. That one open?
Yeah. He kind of runs up and like, well, look, hey man, you should like calm down for a second. Yeah, I know you want to get him out. He's your friend and all that shit, but like, you don't know what. If that happens, you're gonna get us all killed too. Like, come on, we were talking and stuff. You don't want to do that, right? She again sits down in the center of that dining area, just kind of stares directly at the cake, crossing her hands.
Well, that is a noble thing you're doing, but honestly, it's kind of a waste. Danny has nothing else to go back to, just like some other people. He's been dead for a decade, and we come back in the state we were in the morning, right? So he would just be a pile of bones. So you're not actually saving him, you're actually just condemning him to death, aren't you?
Yeah, that would be right, wouldn't it? Like, he's got nothing to go back to, so it'd just be a waste. Mary kind of turns around and thinks about that a bit, and just kind of like looks over at the at Dead Man's Party, and Dead Man's Party is just as silent as he always is.
Well, I have an idea about how we could theoretically address that to at least reduce. Danny, so you didn't stand in life, right?
I
Just
didn't. No.
Woke up.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you came back and died again, you'd just end up back here, wouldn't you?
He kind of thinks about that. I don't know. I guess that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? I noticed that thing where I locked this stand, but it's probably gonna stick around with me, isn't it? If I just go ahead and die and come back.
Mm-hmm. At least while you're here, you're saving people. If people die, normally we'd all be dead in this situation, but at least we have a chance to live.
I want this party thing to end. This is the only time that I will talk about anything on this nature, but this is a desecration just as bad as carbon interfaces. It forces people to fight and die and destroy each other to get out. So while I understand your principle, Mary, and I think it's a good one, I Do you know much about the space in between, Danny?
He kind of looks.
Where we've been this whole time. Have you looked around it? Have you explored its nooks and crannies? Have you figured it out?
I've had nothing to do for the past decade. Yeah, the liminal space here.
The liminal space. That's the word. I'm gonna do a plot point thing.
Okay.
You see, a liminal space exists between life and between death. We're looking at this, and where we normally would be if it weren't for this party thing is at this perfect point, like a light switch. It's either on or it's off. But my stand doesn't work that way. If you get me out, and I'm not saying I want that, I could probably bring an end to this for good. Because my stand stops all momentum unless I want it to keep that going. I've come to understand this liminal space thing because I've seen it in motion. And I am certain that if I get out there, I can stop it for good. That's the only thing I have to say to you, Danny. It's your choice when it comes to that. If you want
Jack,
purgatory.
Jack kind of speaks up for a moment. And he's like, "Well, like momentum of death? What the fuck?" And then he sees Presley kind of moving in. He's like, "Oh shit!" And they kind of get muscled out by a 1X-year-old.
Johan, 1X.
X-teen-year-old.
Johan over there has a point, but all that being said, we as spirits, we as souls have to be strong enough to at least withstand that 1 second where we're kind of up in the air, right?
Maybe. Danny, where's your body? Where were you?
Danny kind of thinks. He's like, buried in a pile of rubble a long time ago.
Yeah. What street?
He kind of tries to run across his head and think about it. I feel like they would have tried to take it out, but he kind of thinks about it a bit more, and it's like
this guy over here, he would know, right? He can show you where your body was.
Which one?
Dead Man Party.
Your stand.
Oh yeah, that's the one. He kind of turns over. A Dead Man's Party kind of looks across, and he like kind of looks. Oh, your body, huh? Wow, man. Pretty sure that's buried beneath the cement, far into the earth. Oh, I don't know. Telling your location of that, wouldn't that be setting myself up for something? Hypothetically, I doubt whatever you're planning will even work. But I mean, we all gotta play it safe, right? Danny tries to think a bit more. I don't know. It's...
Remember, it's okay. I'm telling you, and I mean this. If I get out of there, out into the world, I can go wherever it's buried. I don't care about the cement. I'll make it happen. I can go and stop your soul from entering either living or dead for just long enough. I know I can do it.
He kind of thinks a bit, and he sort of just kind of runs through his head a little bit and was like, where it's been so long, but it was by he again tries to like kind of run through a bit in his head and think a bit, where is the spot, where is it, and he starts to try to, I'm gonna roll a brains roll for him.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't make sense for him to die there, but like earlier he did talk about the street that got the name changed, right? That's how we figured him out.
He didn't know about it. He has been he kind of thinks, God, what was it? And then he kind of, something clicks with him. Okay, I think Marvelette Street, that was it, I think. Yeah, I remember that there. But he kind of turns over. We don't know what'll happen when you do that, right? Are you sure it's gonna do anything?
I'm sure it gets you out of here. and I'm sure you don't end up back dead somewhere else, starting this whole cycle over. I'm not sure what happens to everyone else, though. This isn't an offer to them. I appreciate that they're here, and I know that they're going to have their opinions. This is just an offer to you, because you are the one who's been stuck here for, what, you said decades? Watching children get sacrificed because someone wanted to live more? Or nuns. I assume those are good people. I don't know. Whatever it is, firemen, whoever. I can fix it so that you at least get to rest and not feel this misery. Because honestly, you're the one out of everyone here who's stuck in the mud.
Kind of looks up at you, and yeah.
Please go ahead. I just want to do a monologue action later.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. He kind of looks up directly at you and is just like, He kind of stops. Yeah. Yeah, please. Please do that. Mary kind of moves up a bit and just for a moment kind of stands in front of Lincoln and steps right in the center there and is just like, I rescind my sacrifice. And Danny kind of steps off, leaving you there.
Johan was actually going to be like putting a hand on his shoulder, like, you done?
Mm-hmm. He does. Yeah.
Good. You were in
Chris,
Yeah, what's up? Give me that monologue.
No.
Al has been fighting Sten users for not as long as a time as Shuckle has, but he has a few notches under his belt. Audio Slave was a weird one, but stands that activate after death. Those are not. They are uncommon, but they are not impossible things to happen because the alchemist is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever really gained a stand after they died?
You sort of start wondering about this. Maybe the answer, obviously in front of you, is yes. Someone has. You're seeing the first instance of it right now. But it does make you wonder about the mechanics of it. After all, most stands that die and move, much like the alchemist, are automatic, independent stands that pursue their own goals. You sort of wonder a bit if, wait a minute. Something kind of seems to run in your head now. Yeah, is it an independent or is it a stand? You're not quite sure. And you start to run through your head, and now you think something clicks with you. Potentially, no, this... You don't know for sure, but it might be the case that Dead Man's Party is an independent stand, one that activates of its own will. But then why was it saying that if Danny dies, then everyone dies? That would imply that it's tied to him. You start to run that through your head a little bit, but yeah.
That could be just a condition tying itself to him, much like
It
the
could be.
alchemist has the condition of always chasing the one who caused the user's death.
Yeah. You start to think about it a little bit more. Mary kind of like, and
Fucking
yeah.
noob.
She kind of like nods her head, and then voice speaks up. Now, Mary. You can't just back down after doing that. You said you wanted a sacrifice. I was giving everyone the time to maybe offer up otherwise. But you've already committed, and I can't just have you backing down like that, can I?
Objection!
He kind of looks forward as you yell up.
Our introductions haven't ended yet.
He kind of stops. I suppose you're right. He kind of turns over. Johan, introduce yourself.
Johan.
We have this time to think.
Johan looks at Chuckle. You asked us why we wanted to live. Is that an answer you still want?
Chuckle nods.
Very well. Johan reaches into his coat and pulls out some chocolate cigarettes. We kind of looks at them and has a moment where he thinks to himself, I've been alone for as long as I can remember. All I had was my sister, and when she left, I remember feeling despair, loneliness. In that loneliness haze, the company JamiroCorp still expected us to go on a ship. He looks at Barrett, same ship we were on. During our first voyage, we were tasked with delivering an object back to the mainland. Didn't know what it was, didn't know what it was supposed to be, but we were tasked to bring it back nonetheless. Found it, buried in the ocean. A small box containing a forgotten relic. As we brought it back, we were hounded by something. Don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it wouldn't stop hitting the ship until the captain, at the time, decided the best way was to appease it. One by one, he fed the members of our crew to that thing. I still remember feeling that despair, a crushing weight in the air. So, until it was to a point where we couldn't take it anymore. We all figured that it was only a matter of time before each and every one of us were sacrificed to it. I don't remember what exactly drove me to do what I did. Maybe it was the cries of the men, the fact that they sometimes threw themselves over instead of having to deal with the despair. But I made a decision that day. I wasn't going to sit there and let someone else take advantage of those underneath them to get their own gain and to accomplish their own end. And so I led a mutiny. And together we threw the captain overboard, tied him to a line and dragged him behind the ship, and sang over his cries. We lost no more men that day, and by the time we pulled the line back up, it was gone. Nothing remains. This city, I've been alone for as long as I can remember, until I met them. Met Mary. And by that time, I remember feeling the same despair, the same crushing weight, an oppressive force that wishes to consume all. And it doesn't matter how many they feed to get their ends. I'm kind of how I'm feeling that way right now with you. He points to the stand. If you are so insistent on us sacrificing ourselves, I say we sacrifice you. I've got a job to get back to. I've got someone I need to stop. Someone who wishes to throw as many people under the bus as she can. I can't allow that job to go unfinished.
As you finish up, you notice that Dead Man's party has started resting his skull on his hand, like a kind of like relaxed, kind of tired. He's like, "Wow, are you guys really just stalling me out right now?"
No, I'm making a point.
Well, that's a great point, buddy. I'm so excited to see how it turns out. It'll be a blast. But because you've taken so much time, Bono, give yours in a minute.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Bono. I don't really care about if I'm alive, but I don't think that things like him, and I point to Dead Man's Party, or CIs, or anything like that should exist. Because fundamentally, there's only one thing between life and death that isn't okay, and that's being stuck between it. I kill people. I won't deny it. I don't regret it either. I do it because, well, my government needs me to. I'll talk about that if I survive. He stopped.
Oh boy.
But those people don't get stuck like this. I'm sick of people getting stuck in the fucking mud. And I just stand by casually while it keeps happening. Damn it.
Jop kind of speaks up herself and kind of flicks her hair a bit. Well, if it's my turn, quite frankly, I do want to live very badly. I can't say much more or less about that, but I am a little angry that I got bombed by my contractors, and I feel like it's unfair if they get away with that. So perhaps I should go back just to get my angry letter put in, get my paycheck, and then I'll be able to give my life a second chance. I don't think I deserve it more than anyone, but as our dear friend Bono just said, no one really does. Presley.
Presley doesn't feel so good after Johan started talking.
Oh no.
Because this entire time, she didn't want to die, but the way she was thinking about it was she's dead and she's really tired. But Johan said something about his sister. So Presley kind of sits up and she kind of realizes something. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. This entire time, I did not want to be one of the people who left this place. But Johan brought up a good point. Some of us still have jobs to do. Some of us still have things we need to complete before we get to leave this horrible place. And as I think about it, we've come into contact with a certain amount of CIs. We know exactly how many they are. And unfortunately, we lost another one today. But there is one out there. And I haven't been completely honest with you, Johan. But your sister is one of them.
Johan.
And I know what these CIs have to go through. I know that they are not happy being stuck in between. Nobody deserves that kind of fate. And as long as I'm stuck here, or as long as I'm dead, your sister's gonna suffer the same fate as all of the other kids that are stuck in CIs.
Johan blinks at her and smiles. I couldn't have said it any better myself.
So I want to live.
We will. You will.
Mary speaks up after that and is just like, I've lived a long life, and I'm just ready to drop it all anyways. But living would be nice if I could get away with it. It would be good if we could all get out of here okay, but I wouldn't be opposed to going if it just meant that I could save some people. She kind of nods her head and steps out. And as she kind of goes, she kind of goes and sits back in the center, knowing that she can't just escape it that easily. Number of people start kind of going through, and with that, Jack kind of steps forward. I don't want to I gotta live. I gotta live. I gotta go see my girlfriend again. Like, you know, I can't just leave her out there alone. I gotta survive. So yeah, that's like my kind of thing. You know.
Bit on the ground.
Losing affinity with Al fast. That's it. Lincoln.
Yeah. To be honest, I have less reason to live than any of you, but I want to live nonetheless because, well, it seems like all of you have noble causes and found purpose in your life. I ain't found shit. I've been in the dirt, in the mud my entire life, and I am not about to end it right here. Doing nothing, okay? And that's why I want to live so bad, so I can actually live. And that's it.
Pinocchio P then runs up as well. There's a lot of people out there that listen to my stuff to stay safe. I'm not really too important. I don't really do something so important that everyone would need to care, but I know there are some people out there that use what I do, and I need to go back for their sake too. I want to live really bad too. That's it. Ava steps up as well, and then kind of clicks her fan down together. Of course I want to live. There's still plenty of the world left to see. I have my own responsibilities to the people under me, after all, as well, so it's not like I'm just completely selfish here. But regardless, I don't think anyone here wants to die. This whole thing seems, I don't know, pointless. She kind of steps on back a bit. Casey kind of runs up at the same time and looks over at Joaquin. I want to live for his sake. And turning over.
She's going to see him. He's a bundle of fury right now. Presley, just to make sure you said what I thought you said. Mary turned my granddaughter into a fucking CI?
Yeah.
I
know that for a fact.
will not rest until she is destroyed. I was willing to let her live until this fucking minute.
Took me a minute to realize.
Hey, Granddad, I really love you.
Whatever you try to do to stop me, and he's going to look straight at the skeleton. I can't remember his name right now.
That man's party.
I can guarantee you won't. I will do everything in my power to stop you. You cannot stand in front of me. I will destroy her. That is my one reason for living. Along with being with my wife. Of course, I love you, honey. I'm sorry.
She kind of looks surprised, and then she smiles a lot at you. Aw, thank you. And good on you. She kind of goes and taps you on the shoulder. You have passion where passion needs to be. Stepping up a little bit, Phil kind of walks up. I just want to do good for people, you know? Like, for Nina's sake, too. I feel like you left us responsibility to help and do that shit. You got me? Like, Billy said for our sake, we were gonna help Mina. She was a good person. She is a good person. She's out there now, and she's honestly a spark of goodness, and this world could be kind of shit sometimes. So, I want to fight to preserve that as best I can. That's all I really got. I also like eating hamburgers and stuff. They're delicious. So maybe eating one more of those would be really cool, I guess. Stepping up, or Alvin.
I have family, and it's also my birthday. And I just want to make sure Miss Mina's okay. That is all.
The moment you say that, someone kind of steps up behind you, kind of clenching their fist, and then moves on up. I'm not gonna let some snot-nosed brat be a better friend than I am. Oh, I'm Fleetwood Mac, and I'll sacrifice myself.
Damn it, Fleetwood.
Damn it, Fleetwood.
I'll get I'll put out he kind of looks over. I'll save he kind of points past Alvin directly at Bono. I'll save him. And he kind of looks at Alvin, and something about him, he feels a little pain. He kind of bites his lip. And him. Because he kind of turns over to Bono and sees the stare and like, because you'll be able to save everyone, right? You gotta promise me you'll be able to do that, right?
I'll do everything that I can, but that's the best I can promise.
Kind of stops and sits up, and Phil kind of moves up. Hey, man. You gotta... He kind of like... kind of sits up, and he kind of goes over and talks to him. Don't gotta do this, man. I could do it instead. Nah, man. I've always been a coward. I want to be brave for once. Phil kind of looks at him and steps back and just kind of like moves on over here and just kind of punches the rock.
I was just gonna walk up and hug Fleetwood Mac.
Ah, shit, man. I wanted to be hugged by a pretty girl before I died.
Yeah.
That's
Presley
okay,
goes
man.
and gives him a hug.
Izzy, you might want to just. Why don't you give him a hug? Just
Okay, she kind of
really quickly. Just
yeah, why not?
Lincoln
Kinda
shoves
goes up.
Ava towards there.
Oh, I'll get out of the way.
Right.
Sorry.
It's like, jeez, I'm not just gonna put myself up like that. He's got plenty. It's fine.
Everyone will remember that.
All that being said, we're gonna have to do 2 sacrifices to get this thing rolling, right? We're gonna have to get him out. And she points at Beetle.
No, wait,
He
no.
could sacrifice himself.
That's, well, yeah, but that's not necessary either. Last that we had sacrifices, we had to vote between who was and wasn't the one going.
Yes.
And-
And with that in mind, Dead Man's Party does actually cue in. So yes, I suppose it really just depends. All right, everyone. Why don't you get a vote for it? Mary or little Fleetwood over here?
All I'm saying is, and I don't, you're very brave, both of you, and very kind. And I'm sorry it's come to this sort of choice. And you don't have to sacrifice anyone else if I get out and I go to Danny, because you all can just vote for Danny to get out. No one else has to die. If I get everyone out, it works that way, you know?
He kind of looks, and you see him completely hooked on this. Yeah, man. I'm taking one for the team, you know? It's good. Be a real damn hero.
Yeah, you will. If you have to.
And with that, the spotlights start shifting off one by one. All right, everyone. It's voting time. And he
God, I
clicks his
hope
cane
this
down.
fucking works.
And with that,
I've
Everyone
tried
send
my
me your
fucking
votes.
best. I've tried my fucking best. I gave it all
Yeah.
I got.
you
That's
did it. You like? Let's all vote first. Let's see what happens.
This is the best plan I've come up with.
Yeah.
I trust you.
plan.
I trust you.
I don't not like the plan.
I mean, I don't like the situation.
God, dude.
You have my trust. That is all I can give you right now.
yeah.
I fell in love with Fleetwood Mac in like a matter of seconds, bro. Damn, man.
The Rio
My
folk
baby, don't take another one from me.
When Kage is just tanking them blows. Just tanking those
Okay.
blows.
You won't be able to lose any more after this.
I just want to
you.
say, I got my objection in there. That felt really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish that we had come up with something, you know, better than my plan.
I trust you. Just
I
to be
know.
safe, does your stand have development points?
Yes, it does. That's what I'm going to be sacrificing for this.
Sorry, Kaguya.
Oh
It's
man.
worth it.
Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Fleetwood. We don't know. Christian could fuck us up somehow, and Mary gets chosen. I don't know.
I just want to say really quickly, y'all are fucking great. You guys have nailed this so far. Holy shit. Like just the revelations we've had since the break have been amazing. Y'all are great.
I have a cat to take care of.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh man, Presley's next to Alvin.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
All right.
We're friends.
Yeah.
Did we do it? Did we squash the beef?
No.
Oh.
No, I still don't like drinking.
I don't
It's a
like
trash-
this
it's a
Christian
trash
O
bag.
sounds I'm hearing under this.
Oh, that's a baseball.
I'm just hearing I'm hearing Christian making sounds under everyone. I'm like, oh no. That's not ever a good sound.
That's a bingo!
So, at
Mr.
the end,
Jester.
well, I guess some people decided to throw away their votes because they knew what would happen. I think we all did. First off, I'll build up. First off, 2 people voted for me. Isn't that funny? He rips up those ballots and tosses them behind them, so 2 people didn't vote. He then turns around. 1 vote for Wakeem. That was you, wasn't it, big guy? And then he turns over and you won't believe it. 2 votes for Mary. Isn't that funny? And 12 votes for Fleetwood Mac.
Ooh, Fleetwood.
Fleet kind of
Voted
like
for her.
Fleet kind of like looks and he starts to cry a little bit.
Hey,
Man.
Christian.
Yeah.
I know this is a CG kind of moment, but when he says 2 people voted for Mary, can I do a detective role to see if anyone like reacts with like shifty eyes, guilt, or anything?
Oh, you don't need to, because in this moment, the only person who does is crying at the table. Man, last moment I couldn't even vote for myself. And with
I
that,
love Fleetwood. Rest in peace, dude.
someone taps a cane against the floor and starts moving up. Well, now, Mr. Fleet, guess it's time to go. Oh, time to go, time to leave. But you got 2 out, isn't that great? After all, the life of 1 criminal, 1 thug isn't worth too much. But hey, at the end, you managed to be worth something. Get to save a hitman and another thug. Isn't that just the life of it, right?
You mean a hitman and a kid?
No, he voted for Phil.
What?
He's sacrificing to save you and Phil.
I thought he said that it was. Oh.
Yeah, and with that in mind, Dead Man's party continues forward. Oh, what a sacrifice. Couldn't even try to save a kid. Couldn't even try to save yourself. At the end, you're no knight like your boss. After all, in death, you walk a hero for trash. But that's okay, it's no problem. You lived your life and now you're dead. But that's all right, because after all, at the end of the day, no one lives forever. And with that,
Fleetwood,
cracks-
you were good. You were good. Don't listen to anything he
and
said.
and
Bono
before-
just flicks off Dead Man's party with both
Yeah.
hands.
with that, Fleetwood, you feel something happen. You're kind of dragged. The rung underneath you starts to pull back, and little skeletal hands kind of seem to pull you down underneath the rug and into the soil, pulling you deep inside until the earth itself seems to crush you. And with that,
A less
person-
gruesome death. Disturbing, but not gruesome.
another moment passes, and Bono, you notice as Phil almost kind of seems to run up just instinctually, like trying to maybe see if he could stop it. And in that moment, he almost seems to fade and then pop back as he appears in the middle of the party. And for a moment, he runs up, phasing almost through the table, and he starts digging at the stock where Fleetwood was located, just trying to see. And in that moment, Bono, you also pop away.
Before
And-
he vanishes, Johan's gonna look
yeah?
at Bono and go, Bono! Johan! I trust you to take the shot.
I never miss, he says, saluting.
Shoot down the sun, kid.
And with that,
I got it.
in that moment, you disappear. But you don't appear immediately here. Instead, cast about, you're sent out and about to another area of the Dead Man's Party zone.
Oh.
Bono, you wake up groggy, and beyond that, God, are you hungry? Fuck, you! It's
Oh.
like you haven't eaten breakfast yet.
Oh no. I'll get to that in a second. I've got things to do. Which street am I on?
You kind of look around. You're like, fuck. What are you gonna do? You start to run. He said a certain street. Do you remember what he said?
Yeah, it was.
That's a dirty move, Christian.
I'm not gonna fuck you over on this one, man. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, you remember what it is. It's the
I was gonna
Marquette
say.
Street. Oh, yeah, no, you're fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're the worst.
it's the Marvelette Street. That's it. You needed
Yeah.
to try to find it. You felt that for a moment, like you're gonna forget, and you're like, oh, that was a close one.
I
But
had it written down just
when-
for safety.
when Bono starts to feel that little bit of defeat for a second, you hear like there's the sound of a perfect game.
yeah, and suddenly something else pops out. You remember now. Popping out, your stand appears. And then
hey.
yeah, and then it unhooks out from the top there. It's like, oh, your stand's actually undone there as it just kind of seems to open up. The actual UFO disassembling, the suit kind of fading as the hands also sort of float. It floats above there and then kind of shoots around a little bit and then lands right in front of you and then sort of just like starts to unload a little ramp.
Mhm.
And as the ramp starts to unload, a little guy steps out. Just a little dude, like a tiny little boy. He just comes on out and he shoots you the biggest smile you've ever seen, actually. Wow, Bono! They did it! Hope and humanity restored, Bono!
Yeah. Okay. Come on, buddy. And Bono's gonna pick him up. We got people's lives, and then I would control him, but I can't move my stick.
It's fine. I'll put him up. He hops in your shoulder. Well then, Bono, all we gotta do is find a body, right? We've done that 100 times.
Is it really 100? Oh.
I don't know. I can't count too high. I just heard that word. It sounded cool.
Yeah, that's fair. Come on, bud. Let's go. And then start running in the direction of the street.
And you begin to depart, running off to attempt to find Marvelette Street. Your stand going in tow with a new ID on your back. You might be able to save everyone, but the exact details are unknown. And while you will go forward, the dead man's party is not yet over. And next time we shall see yet another game begin.
I for sure.
Already?
Still,
Yep,
That's
already.
really early. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's almost 3 hours.
What?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
already
we
been
talk
almost
a
3
lot.
hours.
When we're
talk a lot.
dead.
It's 2.5
An hour
hours.
and a half.
Yeah. And once we do fan art, it'll probably once we do fan art, it'll probably pop as well.
Yeah.
So,
Good game, everyone. Holy
game.
shit.
Perfect
Yeah.
game.
Perfect
I-
game.
I for sure thought you were still gonna use indigo instead of blue, and I hate you infinitely more for going with blue.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I wait to reveal as they?
Yeah. Let's
Drop
wait.
the
till
pogs
the
as they
other
show
one. Yeah,
up.
Let's wait. There are more golf balls. That's the only spoiler.
I am very happy with my performance today. I will.
Yeah,
I will
that was great.
put that on the back.
Everyone kicked fucking ass. Good job, everyone. I really liked
I did
everyone and how they
nothing.
contributed.
Like,
I-
I was a
you-
little. Go ahead.
You made me cry a bit, so you did all right, Kaguya. You did not make me
I'm-
cry. You did make me feel a little sad though.
I'm glad that I wasn't a big coward this time and actually went through that shit.
Yeah, you did. It was great.
Yeah.
So
I was a little bit unsatisfied as to how I played last session, which was basically stay quiet and watch and just
No, I
give
think
some pointers in it.
you both.
But
you both
today
did
I
a
was
fucking-
like, okay, I'm a detective.
yeah, you both did a great. You both went up and fucking did some shit, and I loved it because then you both had some really cool moments. I fucking love that. Keikaku Dori, bitch! I knew you were suspicious. But anyways,
I was just
That-
waiting to drop the full name, dude. I was just waiting.
yeah. So, with that in mind, let's do fan art.
Yeah, fan art.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
That's not the fan art.
Oh,
Whoops. I was doing some research on a mobile game.
Oh, okay.
Fucking
I've been
oops.
It could always be worse.
Yeah.
Remember last time you were on Clicker Hero?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, it's great.
surprisingly
So,
on brand for your boy, though.
Let's start pumping through it. First, we've got Necoarch Al, which I
Yeah. By Lester.
I love this so much, Lester.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's fucking great. I love that.
For the people that don't understand what this is, on the 10th, Faust and I will settle a blood feud at 7 p.m. EST on my Twitch channel. We will be playing a few rounds of Melty Blood with our shoutcasters being your one and only Ganon over here.
That's me.
And I'm gonna take a moment before we keep going to say, thank Faust for doing the all of the icons for Bono's stand. Duplicate.
That's true. All the icons you won't be seeing until they show up in game.
But you did see the UFO and blue, so
That's true. Yeah.
when they show up, remember that Faust did them.
And I
So
believe Clock will also shoutcast, but that's it.
Yeah.
Tune up,
Yeah.
7 p.m. EST. Watch me crush that little bitch.
Next up.
Next up, we have by Lester 2020. Jibo?
The thing's frozen.
Oh, I don't see.
Yeah,
You're
you're,
not.
Oh.
you're not moving on our
Let's
thing.
try.
It moved on stream,
Yeah, it moved on
No,
stream.
let me watch.
How about that?
but it did not.
Yeah,
move.
there we
There
go.
you go.
Oh, I
Alright.
see.
Yeah.
I'm
Hold on.
Presley.
Yeah.
I'm Presley, and I'm years old.
Man,
I
it
love
really
that.
fucks with me how clear that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fucking best.
Next up.
How you miss?
It's such like a deep cut joke.
Yeah. And also, you're
I'm
not.
legally
You're,
distinct from Mace.
you're legally distinct. You're Jibo. This is exactly. You're Mace Pepper Spray. That's exactly what you are.
Yeah.
Only that.
Yeah, pepper gel.
Another good.
Another
Do it. Do the line, Presley.
Do the line.
I'm years old.
Every time, it's great.
Oh,
It's your pee.
she looks so cute.
Yeah.
Must
Who did-
leave
who did the
alive.
art?
Must leave
Ah,
alive.
B.
By
Thank
B.
you, B. Thank you, B. Love
Hell
her.
yeah.
She's great.
Tie your
Absolutely.
shoes.
Tie your shoes. Yeah, the top two laces,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You don't need to
Starman
go that
Weekly.
high, you just tuck it in.
Yeah, character to himbo in 5 easy steps.
How to get fit, stay cool, look sharp in the current year.
This magazine brought to you by the fans of the man who planned on getting his own ass kicked. For some reason, it was super
Touching moment, guys. I swear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo.
Wow.
Oh my Al.
I know
Spare
just
once.
I know
I-
just
Say
enough
the
of
spare
Danganronpa to be disturbed by this.
All right.
I will
someone's-
admit I
Uh,
don't quite get the reference. I think it's because of the laugh. I love it.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Danganronpa.
It's despair too. But next up, we've got a prediction.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The real Johan.
I did it! I'm the only Johan now!
Look at me.
I
Look at
am
me. I am the
losing
Johan.
my goddamn mind.
Fantastic.
I've usurped the throne, Johan.
Let's see.
Oh my
Are there
God.
more?
no.
Yes, there's
Oh,
more.
yeah,
By Kaguya.
Critical hit.
Oh.
Ah!
Wow,
Look
that
at
hurt.
her, chat. Can I get some
I
math
can't believe
here?
you've done this.
Shine.
Kaguya fucking. Well, if I'm not going to be playing, I might as
If
well
I'm-
just. I need to channel my angst somewhere.
That's a crime right there. That's
Yeah.
a crime.
Fuck.
Oh.
Oh
my
god.
Any more?
Glad to finish the session in a good note.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for fan art.
Cheers, everyone.
I've
Thank you
reloaded
so
like
much, everyone,
3
for
times
fan
now.
I think
Nice.
people were too busy being scared and frightened.
Yeah.
Other words, this whole situation to draw.
It's on a big moment.
Thank you for everyone who did, and
Yeah.
I really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Christian,
So-
what's the hot dog stand for this session?
the hot dog stand for the session?
think
I
that's
decided,
blue.
I think that was blue. Like I was literally doing the stupid fucking thing as the hot dog. You got to see a weird fucking ball come out of UFO and start screaming, so that you be happy, be content.
So-
I can't hot dog every year.
So
Hot dog every
I will confirm
Alright.
one thing about my stand really quickly there. It sure can. It did what you did, where it sets on the ground and drops, and one comes out. But if it needs to rapid fire, it can push the bubble on top like a boggle bubble, and it'll fall out.
Yeah. So, everyone, thanks for popping out. I'm glad you could stop by and watch. Next week, actually, I'm gonna be taking the week off, so I'm just
Cool.
gonna be trying to rest and
Hey.
get a little rest in between. We've got a little bit of hope, so we'll let that ride for an extra week, and we come back, it'll be Dead Man's Party again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
crush
it's
that
something
hope and get together with the players.
I won't promise anything, but we're gonna have a good time. Thanks everyone for playing again. I had a blast, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
See you guys later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.